Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is another charm tutorial. Today's tutorial is on how I made this little pumpkin planet charm. I just absolutely love it. Now I have no idea why I actually decided to make this, but I think it's because of a squishy I made quite a few years ago, and I was so happy with that squishy, and it just like totally flopped. And I remember getting a comment on it like, you can do better than this, like you've let yourself down, and I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, don't know why I'm telling you that, but that's what happened with that video. But I really still like it, so I feel like I maybe mashed that video up with like the pumpkin spookiness of the sea. I don't know, I just really like how it's turned out. So anyway, I hope you enjoy watching today's video. If you do like this type of content, then please do be sure to stick around, subscribe, leave me a comment, that sort of stuff, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. I'm just looking to make new like YouTube pals and making more clay stuff. So yeah, if you enjoy this type of thing, then I would love to have you around. Anyway, I'm just gonna get stuck straight on into the tutorial on how I made this little dude. Okay, so to make the pumpkin planner, I obviously needed a pumpkin to start off with. To make the pumpkin shape, what I did was I took a small ball of polymer clay and just used a piece of cotton thread, and I kind of like did that in 3 different sections, pulling it tight to make these indents all the way around. I did use this technique a few times on my channel this season. I'm so happy with it. It just works out so good, makes the perfect pumpkin. Anyway, then to make it into a planner, I just took a long kind of like skinny little snake, wrapped that around, and then just blended it down into place. To help keep the pumpkin shape as I was like sculpting a little bit more, and like to limit the amount of like fingerprints and stuff I put on, I did insert a cocktail stick into the top just to hold it into place, so I had something extra to grip on. I then took a Cricut tool, just indented out the little mouth a little bit, added a 3D tongue, the 3D eyes either side, and then I added some little arms like this, so it looked like it was kind of gripping onto like the planet kind of ring. To make the sparkles, this is kind of hard to explain, but I took a small ball, I marked out where I wanted like to pinch it together, and with my thumb and index finger I pinched like 4 corners so that I had these sparkle shapes, and I put those down into place. With the cocktail stick, I just cut that off basically and used it as a stalk, but I just covered that in polymer clay as well, so that it obviously didn't look like just a bit of wood hanging on top, but that stabilized that. And then I used a needle just to kind of go back in and add some details to the stalk. I inserted an eye pin, and at this point I just went back in and made sure everything was nice and neat, and the ring around the planet was obviously nice and straight and everything. And once I was happy with that, I then put it in the oven, baked it, and once it was cooled down, I was then able to paint the piece. So I started with the orange, I built that up over 2 layers, just nice thin coats, then went in with the details. So I painted the stalk first in this nice pastel green, and then painted the ring of the planet in this gorgeous lilac color. Just loving the lilac and the kind of like, you know, orangey pumpkin colors together. It just looks so nice, and with it being pastel, it kind of like just, I don't know, I think it makes it a bit cuter. I added in some gold highlights and just like accents as well, so I painted the sparkles in with the gold acrylic, and then added some dots around it as well. This gold, it's so good, I keep mentioning it, but honestly it's amazing. Then added the black for the eyes as well as the inside of the mouth. I took a needle and just put teeny tiny dots onto the eyes for highlights, added the pink for the tongue, and then I glazed it off of camera using UV resin. And that is the end of today's video, so I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope to see you very soon for another one. I think I have 1 left now. Maybe 1, maybe 2, I'm not sure, depending on how I'm gonna like, you know, organize them and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you in a video coming very soon, and yeah, until then, bye. See y'all later.